This game was absolutely stolen from us. We were excited about being in Big 12, but tonight I am not. We won this game. Someone else stole it from us. Very disappointed. I will talk to the commissioner. This was not fair to our team. I'm disgusted by the professionalism of the officiating crew tonight. Thank you.
What's up, everybody? It is season 2, episode 1 of the No Sauce podcast with Kyle and John. We're back. It has been a minute. It has been, what is that? 9 months? Almost
It's
8 months?
Yeah, I know, dude. We could have had a baby within this last period, you know?
That is true, my friend. That is true. March 1st, 2024 was the last time we recorded a podcast episode. That was right before we went to Las Vegas for the WAC tournament.
Hold on, we really didn't do anything after that?
No.
You would have thought we would have had stories and stuff that we could have shared.
Oh, we have plenty of stories, but we didn't do anything after that. We should have done it right after the WAC tournament.
Yeah, we should have. But then we got busy.
So bad. Life comes at you fast. John is coaching like 20 different sports right now for his kids. Well, at least that's what he's been doing.
No, I am now officially, seasons are done.
Oh,
nothing.
Now he's done. But Junior Jazz starts up in about 2 months, so then he'll be a coach again, unless you're not going to coach.
I don't know that I have a kid that's going to sign up. So,
have you been tossed from any games yet as a coach?
No. I'm pretty calm, cool, level-headed, but at the same time, I did get a warning this last weekend during our tournament. So, whatever.
Wow. You've gone soft on us, because if it was softball, you would have gotten thrown out by now.
Well, so I pulled the Aaron Boone, where he gets in the umpire's face and claps like, "Get better, fix it," but with more colorful language. I kept it clean, but like I was up in his face like, I don't know what game we're watching here, because I'm obviously watching something different. No, we're watching the same game. I was like, well, then fix it, and walked off passive aggressively. So,
well played.
Yep, I know it was 9U, and
if you get tossed out of a kid's game, though, a youth game, you better not coach ever again.
Yeah, I mean it's that fine line, right? Like you get the parents that don't understand anything. They're in the stands like, let the kids play. This is about the kids. And I'm like, yeah. We've just had 3 or 4 bad calls that have screwed my team. And I'm trying to bring it to attention. How do you not see a kid leaving 3 or 4 steps early before they're allowed to? How do you not see a ball hit off a kid's foot that gives them a base hit? How do you not see a pitcher drop a ball at home plate when you're standing over top of the play, but you can see everybody else in the stands sees it? You can see the kid reach for it. It's like, I'm not going to not say something. So yeah, but to get kicked out, it's not worth it. It doesn't set a good example, but I nicely went up to the umpires as politely as I could. But when it was one after another, it's like, you got to kind of call them out and say, hey, I don't agree with what you're doing here. You're missing some stuff. Fix it.
So, did you pull a Mark Harlan then? Is that what?
No.
Can we call it the Mark Harlan?
Well, yeah. No, I did not. I actually wait for plays to finish, and then I go up to them and nicely talk about things, and I don't try to blast them in front of the media after I lost. I don't blame any of our
on the field while the play was still going.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Like I just, Kyle, you know where my loyalties lie.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. And so, yeah, I'm a little biased, but at the same time, that's not a good look. And I know we're going to watch through the video and stuff. And I have a lot of commentary on it because Utah doesn't want to be here. Nobody wants Utah. For them, the Big 12 was settling, but we kind of settled. The ACC didn't want Utah. The Big 10, the SEC, none of them wanted Utah, or else they would have. But because of their pride, their hubris, they got stuck in the Big 12. And remember what they said at the beginning of the season. They were going to own this place.
Yeah.
This was theirs.
It was
Hey,
almost like the Big 12 wasn't good enough for them.
yep.
Yep.
You know how I can't remember in the scriptures it talks about feast and famine, 7 years of feasting, 7 years of famine. Well, I think Utah, it's about that time. Sorry,
Well,
Mark. Either pick up your big boy pants and get ready, or hasta la vista. And maybe Whittingham soon to be out with them. Like I
let's
just
let's
all
listen to
year.
let's listen to his little rant here.
Yep.
This game was absolutely stolen from us. We were excited about being Big 12, but tonight I am not. We won this game. Someone else stole it from us. Very disappointed. I will talk to the commissioner. This was not fair to our team. I'm disgusted by the professionalism of the officiating crew tonight. Thank you.
That last line, Kyle. I'm disgusted by the professionalism here. You're the athletic director of the university sports program. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You do not step foot on a field during a live game, let alone at all. Why the hell are you there? Be on the sideline, shaking hands, kissing babies, bringing on the other sports programs, meeting with the recruits, that kind of stuff. Stay off the actual sideline. What in the hell are you doing there, Mark? Let alone during live play. And then to have the gall after the game to step into the media room and step up to the mic. Whoever does that. Who does that?
Yeah,
No,
that was
Mark Harlan.
not quite sure what he was doing there because yeah. The thing is, every angle we have of the play, it was a hold. Like
Yeah,
the
no,
Utah defender grabbed the left shoulder of the receiver when he was trying to break out because he knew he was going to get burned, held him enough that Jake Retzlaff gets sacked, and that's why the sack happened, not because of anything else, but it's right in front of the official too. It's not like it wasn't away from the play. It was right in front of that side judge who
and
threw
the
flag.
flag
And
the
people want
flag
to
is
say, well,
coming out before the sack.
he didn't throw the flag after he threw the flag after the play, right? No, he was reaching in his pocket to throw it.
Yeah.
And people want to say, well, it doesn't matter because Jake wasn't. Holding can happen before the quarterback throws the ball.
Yep. Okay, so again, bias where it is. I will say this. Mistakes happen. Okay. If this wasn't called, certainly BYU would be pissed. Like, oh, but you know what? In all honesty, I don't think Retzlaff's getting off a pass there. I don't think he's hitting a wide open receiver to get the first down. Okay. So yeah, in a way, you can feel upset that the game was stolen from you. But at the same time, what about the rest of the game? Okay, now I haven't gone play by play, but I've seen numerous posts of people that said they went back and watched a lot of the passing plays on both ends. And there was not nearly as much contact on that play that warranted a holding versus the other ones. So as a referee, we want consistency, right? It's just like in baseball, right? The strike zone, it is subjective. Okay. I try to teach my players and talk to them about that. Okay. And an umpire, especially at the youth ages, is not going to be able to get all the way down to see the perfect strike zone. So you may think that a pitch is high, but if they're consistently calling that, we have to adjust. Just like in these football games, the referees need to be as consistent as possible. I can't, on good conscience say that they were consistent throughout the game. I do know that there were penalties missed on both ends, like Glasgow getting that face mask penalty that allowed Utah's drive to continue and ended in a touchdown. Okay, we could sit there and argue back and forth, left and right. Okay, but when it came down to it, there were missed calls on both ends that affected the point totals.
Yeah,
We have to go on and make the next play. Plain and simple.
The thing that people don't realize, people say, well, you shouldn't have thrown the flag in that moment. You should have just played on. A hold is a penalty, regardless if it happens in the first 5 minutes, right before halftime, or in the last 10 seconds. It's a hold regardless. Yep. So he has to throw the flag. That's professionalism. You have to make the call. even in a moment like that, because that's the right call. Like I said, do we know if Jake would have been able to get a pass off in that moment? Who knows?
Who knows?
But that one little hold may have been what caused the sack to get home, because maybe he was looking that way. So we don't know, but a hold happened. It's in the video evidence. Everybody and their dog, even referees that are retired that are now analysts, even said it was a hold. So it's not like the Big 12 came out and was in the ear of the official said, throw the flag now. Let's give BYU an extra set of downs. Like, that doesn't happen. They
And
didn't steal it from you. Here's my thing. Why didn't you score any points after halftime? Why did you punt?
Why are you allowing Jay Hill to come in and dominate you with his halftime adjustments?
Yeah.
To be able to have this high-powered offense, which really, like,
well, and then you let BYU go 95 yards one time. Then you let them go 65 yards the second time. So, like, give me a break with this. They stole it from you played way too conservative in the second half, didn't take any chances, and BYU simply beat you.
Yeah, like,
That's
on.
it. Right.
Move on at this point.
22-21, it's over. BYU won the Holy War. I'm sorry, Utah fans. It happens. We've all been there. We've been in these games. We've been in these situations. So you can remember, what was it, 7 or 8 years ago when BYU missed 2 chip shot field goals at Rice Eccles to win the game?
I think it was 3, wasn't it?
Whatever. And Utah gifted BYU a 15-yard penalty by the fans rushing on the field too soon. Like, it happens on both sides, guys. It was a great ball game. Utah needs to figure out their quarterback situation for the future, because Cam Rising's not it. You can't keep going with it like this. And BYU, you need 2 wins to clinch a shot at the Big 12 championship game. That's it.
Yep.
I
think it's really 1, because they can have 2 losses and still beat the tiebreaker with K-State.
But it'll come down to who's ranked higher between them and Iowa State. I don't know where Iowa State's ranked now, but just don't risk it. Just win 2 and clinch it.
Yeah, I mean, this next week it's going to be
Kansas playing well.
It seems like these teams are just getting on hot streaks at the right time.
Right, that's what I told Heather.
Arizona, complete garbage.
Yep.
And then they go beat Utah, and like, it just keeps running. Then they come into LaVar Stadium, give them a little bit of a challenge. Same with UCF. Luckily, like, Kansas State was supposed to be hot, and then we just all the right falls, for BYU that game. But I will be there.
Yeah,
South end zone.
Kansas is playing well right now, so I think it'll be a shootout on Saturday night at Lavelle Edwards. Should be, because Kansas's defense is hot garbage. But Jalen Daniels is pretty good, quarterback for Kansas, and he beat up BYU last year in Lawrence. So
I need a little revenge for that game.
And then Arizona State the following week at Arizona State. That won't be easy.
But then the last game of the year, everybody thought it'd be a shoo-in, but Houston, what did Houston just do to Utah?
Yep.
Good. And here's the thing.
You know what, though? We have to take away those wins over Utah, because Utah's offense is trash. Okay? They had their best game in the last 5 against BYU in the first half. And then you saw what they did in the second half. Nothing. So I take all the wins over Utah as a grain of salt, because their offense has just been so bad all season long.
But I mean,
BYU's just got to play better. Let's just they face probably the best defense they're going to face on Saturday night out of these last 3 teams. So, they got over the hump, they got the win, and now it's time to just go execute and win ball games.
Yep.
Set yourself 100%. Up for that 4 seed in that first round bye in the college football playoff.
3 seed, man. 3 seed.
Oh yeah, they're undefeated. 3 seed right now. They will.
We're undefeated. Yeah. We'll take the 3 seed.
Yeah, Miami lost.
Unless the SEC keeps beating up on each other.
It does. Yeah, it doesn't matter, because there's only one champion that could be in the top 4 in the college football playoff from the SEC.
Well, I know, but that's what I'm saying, is that if you have potentially a 3 or even a 4-loss SEC champion, and BYU runs the table, they'll be the 2 seed.
Well, they would have to be because it's the highest. The conference champions get those 4 buys. But
Yeah,
if an SEC champion is ranked lower than, say, a Boise State gets a top 4 seed with
right. But what I'm saying is BYU right now is the 4 seed because of their ranking. I
no,
think they're
they'll
going
be
to
the
jump.
3 seed because Miami
Hold
dropped
on,
below them.
we haven't seen the official. That's only the 8
They will
people.
be the 3 seed
I
because
know.
they're lower ranked than
That's what I'm getting to, Kyle. They will be the 3 seed tomorrow night. Okay.
100%.
Then again, if the SEC beats up on each other, BYU could slide into the number 2 seed based on ranking. Now, again, a lot of teams have to beat the crap out of each other.
Who do they have right now in that driver's seat? Is it Texas?
Texas is, I believe, is number 1, right? And then followed by, I think, or no, I think Tennessee and Texas A&M are tied with 5-1 in the SEC, followed by Texas, who's 4-1, and then Georgia at 5. I think I said this earlier. Georgia at 5-2, Ole Miss at 4-2, Alabama at 4-2. Okay, finally my browser thing. Yep, and then you've got Missouri and LSU at 3-2. You got all these 2-loss teams out there. We could very well see a 3-loss SEC champion,
Could, yeah.
which for me, as the underdog, you know, nobody's given BYU the respect. And I'll be honest, you put BYU on the field against any of these high-powered teams in the SEC, we will probably lose. But if they go out and run the table and do what they're supposed to do, and other teams don't, you have to reward them with the higher seed. Okay,
Where
because
is the uh,
what are you looking at?
where's the
What are you looking for?
bracket?
Oh, good luck, man. Under rankings, all-state playoff predictor. Isn't it that?
Okay,
Oh
here it
no,
is. College football playoff bracket based off of the current committee ratings. This is what they had the other day. It'll come out tomorrow. A new one will.
mm-hmm.
So they had Oregon as the 1 seed, BYU is the 4 seed, Georgia is the 2 seed, Miami is the 3 seed. So the 2 and the 3 seed both lost on Saturday.
Yep. But I think
So
Texas slides up to the 2 seed because right now they're the highest ranked SEC team.
yeah, so
And then Oregon stays at 1. Ohio State, who will be ranked number 2, will still be in the 5 seed. BYU slides in at the 3 seed, ranked probably 7th. I personally would like to see them 6th. But again, Indiana did what Indiana needed to do. So I believe they stay higher ranked than BYU going into.
They'll be higher ranked, but they won't be the 3 seed. They won't be in one of those top
Correct.
4 seeds.
Correct. When I'm
Let me look
talking
at
about
this
just
real
sole
quick. I'm
ranking.
curious. Oh, so it'll still be
It'll still be Miami.
Miami
no.
as the 4 seed because
That
they're
could,
ranked 1 spot ahead of Boise State right now.
and they're still ahead of SMU, correct?
Yes, 2 spots ahead.
Okay.
They're 1 spot ahead of Boise State, and they're 2 spots ahead of SMU. So yes.
Yeah.
So if
And here,
Miami
okay,
loses again, it's possible if Boise runs the table, they could be a top 4 seed depending on what happens in some other conferences. It's very possible. But
Yep.
BYU also has to take care of business because I sure don't want to see Colorado in the college football playoff. I do not want to see the Buffaloes in the college football playoff. Johnny, did I lose you? Are you still there? All right, we're back. John had some technical difficulties. He wants to blame it on his kids.
No. Shout out to Direct Communications Internet. You've been doing great. My equipment sucks or my kids suck. Way too many screens going on right now, I'm guessing. So
We switched over to Comcast, so we don't have that issue.
well, your Comcast people still need to come fix my yard
Oh, well, I'm
from
just saying.
the horrible damage they did to it. So
Well,
as we're saying, Kyle, 3-loss SEC team. I don't see any of them. I don't see any of them not coming out of the rest of the regular season without another loss.
I
Georgia
want
looks
to see what
shaky.
are those
Alabama's
standings like
shaky.
in the SEC right now. Like who is leading the divisions?
Texas is number 1. Oh yeah, the division. Sorry.
They don't have
I
it
just
set
had
up
it
by
up.
divisions. I don't understand that. So you got Tennessee is up there and Texas right now.
And
So
Texas A&M. Texas A&M,
yeah,
I
but
think, is 4 or 5-1 in
Tennessee's
conference play.
5-1 in conference. Texas A&M's 5-1. Texas is 4-1.
Mm-hmm.
Now Tennessee plays Georgia this week at Georgia.
Yep.
And they have UTEP and Vanderbilt. So if they get by Georgia this weekend, they should win the SEC East, I want to say, right?
Yeah. Well, again, no team is unbeatable.
I know.
Like
I'm just saying,
every
if they
team's going to
get
give a
past
challenge.
Georgia this week, they're going to smoke UTEP, which is who they have, and then
Yeah.
they have Vanderbilt, which that could be a really good game considering what Vanderbilt's done this year.
Yep.
And then Texas has at Arkansas, Kentucky at home, and then they go to Texas A&M to end the regular season. So that could determine the SEC West champion.
Right.
Man,
If it gets that far, though. If
could
it
you
gets that far,
imagine if
though.
you get Tennessee and Texas or Texas A&M in the SEC title game?
Again, it would be incredible.
It'd be wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very wild.
Yeah. Yeah. I imagine Tennessee loses this week to Georgia.
It's very
Okay.
possible. But Georgia hasn't looked good on offense this year. That offense
They
is
have no. Their quarterback play was horrible. I think
yeah.
he's on a six game streak of throwing an interception, something like that.
Something like that.
Like
So
it's.
I don't know.
But here's the thing. I don't remember the last time that Georgia took back-to-back L's.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think Kirby Smart is going to try to get things rectified, and they're going to take it to Tennessee this weekend.
Yeah. Well,
Is it?
I'm all Vols. I'm all Vols. Go Vols. Beat the Bulldogs. I don't care. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, I love it when the SEC implodes and beats itself up. The thing that pisses me off is that they will still find a way to get 5 or 6 teams into the college football playoff.
100%. I mean, the last bracket they had 1, 2,
5.
3,
5
4.
teams.
4.
5. Or I guess Ole Miss wasn't there. So yeah, so Alabama, Georgia, Texas, Tennessee.
This week too.
And so they'll have 5 this week.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's incredible. And here's the thing. I love that Texas is back. But who have they beat?
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's true. They beat Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan, that powerhouse of a school this year. Totally great, worthy opponent.
I think that, let's see, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think Georgia's going to be out of this college football playoff bracket this week.
You think?
I really do. I think Oregon will be the 1 seed, right? We talked about that. I think Tennessee will be the 2 seed over Texas because they are 5-1 in SEC play. Texas is 4-1. So Tennessee would be like the SEC champion considered right now, right?
Yeah. You're very right, because if Boise State drops, here's the thing. I don't know if you're the college football playoff committee, how you would rank Boise State 12 last week and then move them back down a spot.
They can't
after
because
a win.
They have to have the highest rated group of.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what their ranking is. Boise State could be 18 and they would still make the college football playoff. I'm just talking about if you line them up 1 through 25, how would, I don't know why the AP dropped Boise State a spot.
Because there's no respect for the Mountain West Conference. They didn't blow out Nevada like they probably should have. That's going to be Boise State's sticklers. They have to blow out these Mountain West Conference teams they're playing, even though they're getting their best shot. or else they're going to drop in the rankings a little bit. That's
But
the honest take.
it doesn't make sense to me because yeah, like how it's ranked right now with Ole Miss over Georgia. Georgia's out because Miami's going to be in because they're the number one ACC
Right.
school, and Boise State is the top ranked group of 5. So Boise State should remain 12. Georgia should be 13th right now.
There's too
Plain and simple.
much love for Georgia Bulldogs right now. It's crazy.
At what point you just when you're a suckling calf, you got to get off the teat.
Hey,
Okay, at
we
some
all agree
point,
on that.
I know
We all
you and I
agree on
do, but I am just sick and tired of just this love triangle between the college football playoff, ESPN, and the SEC.
But ESPN is the
There's
SEC.
funner
So
football out there.
there's partnership
There's,
with ESPN and the SEC, so it doesn't matter. We will.
I
That's
know,
what
I
we-
get that. That's great, but you know what? The SEC and Utah for me are all in the same boat. Get rid of them. I know they're great schools. They're good at football. And I'm jaded because I mean, here's the thing: it's a lack of respect.
Sure, but
It's a lack of respect for these other schools.
yeah.
You
It's
know,
always been though.
you look at BYU, and the only reason they have a national championship is because they had sustained years of success, and everybody else in '84 crapped the bed. Even though they were the most deserving team out there, they did exactly what they were supposed to do when they needed to do it. The '83 team was better than the '84 team, yet that was the team that got the national championship.
Thing is, it's all subjective, my friend, because people will say, well, if they would have played a full Big Ten schedule, they would have played a full Southwest Conference schedule, they wouldn't have gone undefeated. That's the thing with Boise State. If they played in the Big Ten or the SEC or even the Big 12, would they be where they're at right now? Possibly, but that's why people don't have respect because they don't play the same level of competition that the Georgias or the Michigans or the Ohio State.
Nobody ever will. That's the
I
problem.
agree with you there.
Is they don't allow it.
This is their perspective.
And then you have a team like BYU that did exactly what you've asked them to do. They ran the table nearly when they were an independent in 2020. They took a game on 72-hour notice across the country, and yeah, they didn't show up. They didn't win that game. Okay, sucks for them. Typical BYU. But now here they are. They're set up to where there's a good shot that they run the table. And you're not going to give them the respect after they finally joined one of your elite power conferences. And now because it's not the SEC or the Big Ten, you're not going to give it to them. Ranked 7 at 9-0, it's complete crap. Is what it is.
Here's the thing again. Okay, let me share this with you. It hurts that Oklahoma State has crapped the bed the entire season, right? It hurts that Utah is down when everybody thought they might have been the cream of the crop in the Big 12.
Mm-hmm.
Kansas State losing last week or was it last week? It was last week,
Yep.
2 weeks ago, to somebody, where it just hurts BYU's resume. SMU doing what it's doing, it's helping BYU's resume, but that was a second game of the season. Now we see SMU on a tear through the ACC, right? And BYU's had a couple of close calls. So there's questions.
But everybody has close calls.
I know that.
It can compare us to Texas. Texas doesn't have a top 25 win, Kyle.
Well, Michigan was technically rated in the top 25 when they went up.
Yeah, and so was Oklahoma. But look at where the teams are now. They're not top 25. We have 2 wins over current top 25 teams.
I know that.
Indiana has none. Where's the respect?
In the Big Ten, that's just what it is.
I get it, Kyle. And that's how it always will be. But I will die on that hill.
Because think about this. It's the SEC, the Big Ten, the ACC, and then the Big 12. The Big 12 is the lowest Power 4 conference out of all of them.
And I'll say this. They're close enough to put the Mountain West over the Big 12 right now, too. With how they've been ranking Boise State.
I know.
Again, if Utah, if Kansas State, if Oklahoma State had done the exact same thing that BYU's done this year so far, they would be ranked top 4.
Yeah, 100%.
Guaranteed. It's not a Big 12 conference issue. It is a BYU issue.
Well, it's because of where they started too. They didn't start in the top 25. That's a big thing too. They did not start in the top 25. All those other teams that are ahead of them started in the top 25.
Mhm.
So we could go on and on about it. Either way, they're going to be a top 3 seed in the college football playoff bracket tomorrow when it comes out.
Yeah.
And if they win out, they'll be a top 4 and they'll get a bye. So
Oh yeah.
um,
Well, they need to be 3 because to
if
play
if
if they
things
get stuck playing Ohio State, if they get stuck playing the 2 seed, like really a legit 2 seed in Ohio State or 2 seed in Penn State, oh help us because that's
I don't know. I don't know about that because BYU tends to play up to the level of competition. So if they get somebody like that, they tend to play a little bit better. And it's on a neutral field where BYU would like own the advantage with the crowd. Like it won't be in Columbus. It won't be at Beaver Stadium in College Park. It'll be at a neutral site. So it'll be very
yeah,
interesting to see.
it'll be a neutral site like what's their names when they had to play Alabama in the Sugar Bowl, like
When Utah had to play Alabama. Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm just excited, very fortunate. I'm gonna slightly change topics for a second because Kyle, I gotta be able to gloat a little bit. Okay, BYU
Oh,
where
you know
it's
what,
at
John?
9-0.
You need to have humble pie right now so that you don't jinx the Cougars.
No, listen, I'm talking about overall. Okay, like sports right now is in my life is just extremely fun and exciting.
Oh,
Okay,
that's right. You're
BYU
a Dodger
nine and
fan.
zero,
I forgot. That's why you're wearing the
right?
Dodgers hat.
Dodgers came through. They didn't choke. There's part of it's probably because Clayton Kershaw wasn't pitching. I
Yeah.
get it. But yes, one of the highest payrolls. But come on, can we all just not be happy together that the Yankees lost?
I mean, I'm happy the
The gr-
Yankees lost. I'm not happy about the fact that Dodgers won.
hey, listen, Kyle, let's go back to our remarks on where we expected your Cubs and their division to be. Okay? And let's be happy that the Dodgers did what they were supposed to do.
I
Okay?
mean, if I had what is it, second highest payroll in baseball,
Yeah, we spent nearly what $1 billion to get our team. Hey, you hate us because you ain't us. If you had the money, you know you would be spending that.
we
If
do
you
have the
could.
money, but the owners of the Cubs don't spend it.
That's what
And
I'm saying.
here's the thing: I'm not saying they should because I do not want Juan Soto in a Cubs uniform for what was it, like 7 years and
Yeah.
500 or $600 million. No freaking thank you. No,
Yeah.
thank you. If the Dodgers want to pay that plus Otani's salary, go for it. I don't give a crap if you want to do that, but no way am I a Cubs GM and saying I'm going to sign this guy for that much. I'm going to offer him that much. No way.
Yeah. No, I to be honest, Juan Soto is a great player. I don't personally want him. I want us to go spend our billions of dollars elsewhere.
Go
I
get some
want us to go.
pitching.
Yeah, I want us to go pick up that that other. Why am I drawing a blank on his name right now? Um, that other guy who's like 21, 22, something like that, Japanese pitcher, to go
Oh yeah,
right there with Yamamoto and Otani. And then is it Willie Adames from
that's from the Brewers.
from
Yeah,
the Brewers? Go pick him up. Now, Edman did a great job in the World Series at shortstop, was the spark that helped us get over, the Mets in the NLCS. But if we could shore that up and have another solid, you know, batter in the lineup, gives a little bit more depth and stuff. Oh, I mean, let's keep this train running for 3, 4 more years, right, Kyle? Come on,
I'm not a Dodger fan, so don't ask me to get on your train. I'm not even close to your
come on,
train.
Kyle. Come on, Kyle.
I'm
Come
close
on,
to
don't.
lighting the caboose
Hey,
on fire and like saying burn it all down.
no, no, no. We're gonna go here this year and sit in the outfield, get a couple Dodger dogs, try not to fight with the locals, and we're gonna go enjoy ourselves a ball game.
It
Okay,
won't be me
right here,
fighting. It'll
Dodger
be them trying
Stadium.
to pick a fight with me.
But just don't wear your Cub stuff. That's all.
Well, don't go when the Cubs play then.
Well, it's added benefit, Kyle. Think of the notoriety and the fun that we could have with this podcast of us sitting at Dodger Stadium. Ohtani just hit his 7th home run of the game.
Dude, he sucked. I'm not gonna lie, he was terrible in the World Series.
Yeah.
He was really bad.
Here's the thing. Sucks that he didn't show up, but he was there the rest of the year.
Sure,
And
no, I get it. He had a great year, probably MVP caliber year. But I'm just saying, in the World Series, he sucked. You're lucky the other guy stepped up, like a Freddie Freeman stepped up, big time.
Dude.
And then the inning where they took the, I think was it the inning they took the lead or they tied it up? No, they took the lead on those back-to-back sacrifice flies. Like they did the small things that made it work and got some help from the Yankees in that game 5. But I mean, still, if you can do the little things and you can know that you're doing the little things right, then you're going to win ball games. So,
did you see the pass play yesterday in the Saints game where Alvin Kamara just this nice little like in and out move, wide open down the left sideline, drops the pass, and then the commentators throwing shade at Judge. Well, see that? It was right there, just like Judge dropped it. Ugh.
You know what? That Saints game made me mad because Taysom Hill had an 88-yard touchdown on the first play from scrimmage, 88-yard touchdown catch, called back for a holding that wasn't a hold.
Oh, no.
And
was the game stolen from them, Kyle? Was the game stolen from them? Were you charging the field too?
I was about to, but I have Taysom Hill as my tight end / quarterback.
Yep.
And I would have got huge points for that. And then he had like 10 yards. Well, he had 46 yards in the first quarter, and then he didn't have anything after that. So that ruined my day with. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got him as my my tight end 3. I got Kittle, Kelsey, and then him.
Yeah.
So, yep. But anyways, yeah. So Dodgers win. Had a bunch of fun this fall with my kid playing football, my oldest playing football, and then both him and my my younger boy doing baseball. A lot of fun there. Basketball's starting back up. Again, I'm not the biggest basketball fan, but just being able to go to Jazz games and stuff. I don't care, dude. We could go. How many games have we won? Like 1 or 2 now.
Yep.
We could go 2-80, and I'll be fine. Give us a top 3 pick next year. Give us the kid out of Duke. Like, let's just sign, seal, and deliver it. We got BYU basketball that high expectations. Hopefully they don't fall flat on their face. But
yeah,
that's fun. And then ultimately, Utah Hockey Club.
Yeah. Speaking of the Utah Hockey Club, my friend John here called me up on a Wednesday night, season opener. Said, "Hey, what are you doing?" Well, I'm going to play softball. It was a tournament. We went and had to win 2 games to win the championship. Well, I'm going to the Utah Hockey Club season opener. And it just so happened that the Utah Hockey Club hosted my favorite team, the Chicago Blackhawks. And my good friend here, John, didn't mince words. He just said, "We're going to go have fun."
Hey,
and
do you want to
basically a big FU to you, Kyle, because I know it's your favorite team. And you can see he's rubbing it in right now. So good thing I get to go see the Blackhawks a couple of weeks later in Chicago, but still.
Yeah. Well, okay. So here's the frustrating thing I have. Okay. I didn't know that they were doing commemorative pucks for every single game this year.
Yeah.
So like here's what they look like. So I did get a couple. Now that I know that they're a thing, I'm like, any game I go to, I have to get them. But here was the Avalanche one.
Nice.
These are sweet looking. I love the color, love the quality of them, right?
Yeah.
And then I had an extra Avalanche one. I found a guy that traded me for the Flames.
Nice.
Because I went to that game, but all the pucks were sold out. Apparently within like the first 20 minutes. So going to the game Wednesday with my dad and mom. And I'm going to show up at 5 p.m. and sit and wait a half an hour till they open the doors so I can get a puck for that game.
Nice.
I'll probably get a second one and then try to trade them for like the Bruins game or the Senators game that I missed. Or if I can build up enough of them, I will trade like 5 or 6 pucks to get the Blackhawks one. Because pull it up on eBay and search Utah Hockey Club and just scroll down till you find The Blackhawks puck.
I will say this though: the Utah Hockey
$650, dude.
Club's colors are legit. I like their colors.
Dude,
They
I
need to
love
come up
it.
with the mascot, but they're legit.
Yeah. Which mascot? I don't know.
And they really need to get the renovations done at the Delta Center, so there's no
Yes.
what are they called? Obstructed views anymore.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So,
it sucks for those that are sitting on like the north and south sides of the building, especially up high. You can only see maybe 2/3 of the ice, which
right.
does suck. But Kyle, I'm gonna take you to a game, and we don't really have an obstructed view from there, and you will love it. It'll be great.
Still
You
waiting for
might
my
even see.
invitation since you don't invite me to anything. So
Listen, Linda. Why don't you just calm your teats over there, okay?
and then I
And
invite you to things, but you don't respond with a yeah, let's do it. Let's take that road trip.
listen, I was excited to go to California,
It just so
and
happened that
and then now you've moved it to Phoenix,
you
dude.
know what? You've never experienced the GCU
No.
Havocs at their own arena. You need to do it. And it's an ESPN game too. So they're going to be even more rowdy. So you
Okay,
need to go experience that
again,
atmosphere.
I'm fine doing that, Kyle, but we got to make it worth the time. I want good food and good fun.
We're
Okay.
going to have good fun and good food. We're going to have plenty of it.
Okay.
And it's in, when does spring training start? Spring training doesn't start till March though, right?
No.
Oh, that sucks. So it will be just right before spring training starts too.
That would have been fun.
Yeah.
No.
But yes, we're going in
We
end of February to GCU, and we're gonna get two ball games. One at Utah Tech. I think it's the UVU at Utah Tech game, if I remember right. Let me look at that. Did I say that?
I don't remember who you told
Yes.
me.
So Thursday night. Here it is for anybody that is. I'm gonna share this on the Whack Hoops Nation thing. So my buddy John and I. Here we go. He's been helping me a little bit with my Whack Hoops Nation stuff. Comes to Vegas with me. February 20th, we're going to be at Burns Arena, Utah Tech at Utah Valley. And then 2 nights later, we're going to be at GCU Global Credit Union Arena for California Baptist at Grand Canyon, the ESPNU game, where I know the Havocs are going to be going crazy. So we'll be there. We're going to have some fun, and we're looking forward to it.
Hold on. It's not Utah Valley. It's Southern Utah.
No,
That's
February
the
20th.
Thursday night game, right?
Thursday night, Utah Valley at Utah Tech.
What, hold
February
on, what
20th.
days? Oh, I was looking at the 27th. My bad.
February 20th.
My bad. Okay, well, are they gonna have any issue if I'm wearing green?
When at Burns Arena?
Yeah.
No, probably not.
Okay, I just want to make sure because I'm not a Utah Tech person. You know, good for them,
Right.
but like I got to support the alma mater. I didn't know
Sure.
if that was going to be an issue.
No.
But then as far as Saturday night in Phoenix, like, what am I room for?
We're going to be neutral there.
Okay.
Neutral colors. Not
Neutral
royal
colors.
blue, not something that's like off, but like a black or gray or something like that.
Hold on. Why can't I be wearing royal blue? Because we play Arizona that night.
I mean, you could. You're going to stand out like a sore thumb in that arena.
I don't care.
Okay. If you say
I don't
so.
care. I guess just no navy blue, right?
Probably not navy blue, yeah, because CBU is navy blue. So
And I don't want to get shot.
even if you wear a white, you can still wear a white too. That would be neutral.
Okay.
So
Maybe we could have some Whack Hoops Nation like nice apparel, like polo or something.
I do got a polo. You got to go to the store and order it. It's an Adidas polo.
I know, but I'm a Nike guy.
Sorry,
Do you have an endorsement?
They don't offer Nike from the store that I have my stuff through. So Adidas is nice. I wore it on Saturday night when I was at that Utah Tech, New Mexico State game. So it looked pretty good. Looked sharp.
Dude, that'll be a fun night because St. Mary's is playing Gonzaga. BYU's got Arizona. Tennessee will be at Texas A&M.
Yeah,
it'll be a fun night.
You're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun. Maybe we'll go. We'll see if we can like stand in the Havocs for a little bit and just get rowdy with them, and see how that works out. That'd be good. That'd be a good little clip. For
Scratch it, dude. That's what we need to do. We need to get the white and purple overall pants.
Yes, let's do it,
dude. I would do that.
Their marketing people and see if we can get some of those.
If they can get it, I'm a medium. I'll probably have to roll up the cuffs because I'm a little short, right? But size medium. I'll wear them. I don't care.
I have connections down there, so I will see if we can get some.
Or I'll wear my purple Jazz jersey.
Yeah, we'll get the overalls for sure.
Figure out something.
Yeah, we'll get it for sure.
But yeah, so anyways, it's a great time to be a sports fan.
Yeah.
Right? Like baseball, the fall classic just wrapped up. NFL's going. Crazy game. Played a little trick on my kid the other day. He was downstairs and watching the end of that Chiefs game. And I saw the end, but I rewound it and I called him up to like rub it in his face. I was like, look, dude, your Chiefs are going to lose here to the Broncos, a team that Zach Wilson isn't even QB for. And he's like, oh, great. Thanks, Dad. Way to rub it in. And then blocked kick. And he's just like,
yeah,
it was great.
I was watching the where we were driving back from St. George, and I was just kind of checking the ESPN ticker, and I saw that Denver was in field goal range, easy chip shot, right? Should have been easy win. And next thing I know, it said final that the Chiefs had won. I'm like, what in the world happened?
Yeah.
And
I was watching it
for our fantasy league. Said they blocked the kick. I was like, what?
Dude, watching it live, I was just like, I was in awe of it. And which really quick, back to BYU, and I know we're probably wanting to wrap up here soon. I was driving back from St. George as well, watching the game on Hulu, and then I got to a spot, started buffering really bad, so I just turned it off. It was also frustrating at that point because the first half had just ended, and I needed like some decompression.
You know, the horrible clock management was getting to you.
Dude, I cannot for the and then we did it again. Like I just like Jake, dude, buddy, I love you. You are a stud. But what?
Just go spike the football. That's all you have to do.
What is going on?
Spike the football. Snap, spike.
Why was he in the shotgun? Why was he in the shotgun?
It's a good question.
So anyways.
Was it not communicated to him to go get under center and snap the ball and spike it?
So that all happens, right? So anyways, I turn on some music and I basically just kind of visually watch the rest of the game on ESPN Gamecast. Whoever was doing the Gamecast for that game should be shot. Okay, here's why. Number one, it's already dramatic enough with like the timeout call on the 1/4 and 10 that nobody knew about, and then they replay it, and then the penalty and all that stuff. It took like 7-8 minutes for that little update to come through. Okay, and then the next like 2 or 3 plays, another couple minutes, and then it was like it went the first down play, second down play, third down play within 10 seconds after like a 3-minute wait.
Yeah. And
then all of a sudden, you know, that pass that was caught by Roberts, obviously it had to be reviewed, so that took some time. But then after that, it was like another few minutes, and then all of a sudden the updates come in that we just lost 15 yards. That somehow Lassiter caught a pass but lost 15 yards. And then who was it? Who was it that had that crucial run at the end? Rapati. Then somehow he lost 11 or 12 yards. And it's showing on the app that we're like third and like a million.
Yeah.
And at that point, we had gotten close enough to home. And with I'm superstitious. And so I was like, oh, things are going well. I'm not going to change it off the Gamecast. But then that happened. I flipped on the radio. Oh, the BYU's inside the Utah 30. And I was like, ESPN, whoever that guy was, fire him. Him and Harlan, take him out back. Let him go.
Yeah, the ESPN app's been really brutal with a lot of things this year. So,
yeah,
especially football-wise with keeping track of the movement and it's been awful. But with that being said, everybody, thanks for tuning into this first episode of season 2 of the No Sauce podcast with Kyle and John. We're going to be setting up some social media accounts for this podcast because we're going to do a lot more. We're not going to wait another 8 months to record. We're going to be doing 2 episodes, putting out, our little reels, and we're just going to have some fun with it.